Hello students. Some students, actually the video last 2 minutes was audible, was video 2 and video 3 also, so that I'm resending the video again. Okay, so the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats we are talking about, is it not? So Western Ghats. So the westward, whichever the west side, the here mountain ranges or hill ranges are there, this side will be called as the Western Ghats, and this way in the eastward, wherever the mountain ranges are there, or hills, actually not mountains, hill ranges are there, they are called as the Eastern Ghats. So this one we are going to learn now. So both Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats lies west and the east of the Deccan Plateau respectively. So Western Ghats in the sense westward, whichever the Ghats are there, it will be called as the Western Ghats, and the east side, whichever the hills are there, it will be called as the Eastern Ghats. Okay, lies in the Deccan Plateau. Deccan Plateau is in the triangular shape. So what is Ghats in the sense? Ghats is nothing but between the rivers. Okay, between the hills there will be a rivers will be moving on. So this will be called as the Ghats. Next, both the Ghats have some distinctive features and differentiating points. Let us discuss about them. So that in this both Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats they have their own different features. So what are their different features we are going to learn. You may get the question, differentiate between Eastern Ghats and the Western Ghats also. So that we are going to differentiate. First we'll go to learn about the Western Ghats. So continuous and can be crossed through pass only. Continuous in the sense this Western Ghat is continuous. It is don't have any cut over here like the Eastern Ghats. Here they have a cuts, but in the Western Ghats you don't have any cuts. A continuous, it starts from the north to south. It's fully the continuous mountain hills ranges are there. Next, the higher than Eastern Ghats. So next, what is the next comparison between the Western and Eastern Ghats is, in the Western Ghats, these Ghats are higher in the sense the hills are higher than the Eastern Ghats. So what is the height of this Western Ghats is nearly 9,900 meters to 1,600 meters. Height will be there in the Western Ghats. And next they stretch from Tapi to the south of the Nilgiri rivers. Nilgiri hills. They stretch from Tapi is river, to the south of the Nilgiri hills. In the sense, they starts from here. The river Tapi will be moving. So from here Tapi to till south Nilgiri hills. You can see the Nilgiri hills till here it ends. South in the sense down. This will be north. Is it not? So from Tapi to till Nilgiri hills, the Western Ghats is stretched. Next is Western Ghats causes orographic rain. Orographic rain is nothing but the rain which starts in the sense throughout the year, whichever the rain is coming from this way. So orographic in the sense from the westward, whichever the rain is bringing, okay, whichever the wind is moving with the cold wind, brings the moisture, humidity, everything. It will be slantly moves to the Western Ghats. So Western Ghats. So in this place, only this side only you can see the rain. Only this side you can see the rain. The next straight from the west side only you can see the rain. This way, in the sense back to that mountains, you cannot see the rain. So that is called as orographic rain. Next, heights progressively increases from north to south. Highest peak is Anaimudi peak. So 2695 meter is the highest. So the peak in the sense as it starts from here, the mountain, the hills, what happened here, the mountain will be smaller, again it little bit grow, again it grows little higher. Like this the peaks will be there. Which is the highest peak in this place is the Anaimudi peak. In this place is the highest peak. The height of this peak is 2000 2695 meter height. Then we compare to the Eastern Ghats. What is the difference between West and East in the sense? Here in the Western Ghats it is continuous, but here is discontinuous or irregular and dissected by the rivers. Dissected by the rivers means it is cut, and you can see the rivers are moving center of the hills. Okay. In the Eastern Ghats, you can see so many rivers are moving, even river Kaveri, Narmada, like that. And next is average elevation is 600 meters. As I told above, in the Western Ghat it is 900 meters to 1600 meters, but here is average elevation is only 600 meters. And next, what is the difference is the Eastern Ghats stretch from the Mahanadi valley to the Nilgiri. So here it is from the Tapi to the Nilgiri. The same way here is from Mahanadi till the Nilgiri valleys, it also stretches. Okay, children. And then the highest peak in the Eastern Ghat. In the Western Ghat, the highest peak is Anaimudi. The same way in the Eastern Ghat, the highest peak is the Mahendragiri. So what is the highest peak is 1501 meter. And another important hills which are located in the Eastern Ghats are the Shivaroy Hills and the Javadi Hills are located to the southeast of it. So in the Eastern Ghats, southeast of it, two more hills are located, which become as a hill station also. Next, story of the denudation of land masses. This is how the story of denudation, you can learn it later. Fine.